Hey everybody, 'tis I, Chrissy. Welcome back to a brand new Let's Play. We are tackling Spyro Year of the Dragon today. It's technically not a brand new Let's Play then, is it? Because we've already done the first and second games, even though they ended up deleted on my file. I'm not going into it, because I honestly don't remember why that is. We're going to tackle Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon. This is the third game, the final game, and to be honest, one of my favourites. So let's dive in. Let's not beat around the bush and keep you waiting any longer. We've been waiting long enough for this. An evil plot unfolds. Ooh. Yeah. It's good. I love this game. I love this game a lot. So it feels good to be able to actually play it for you.
Get her! Stop her!
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent! Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the dragon worlds. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world?
The Forgotten Realms. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes.
Yeah, come on, let's go!
Find the eggs and bring them back, Spyro. You're our only chance.
You got it!
And that's the whole story. Oh my god, that loaded really fast. I mean, okay, I probably ought to pause here for a minute. I'll let you in on a little secret. I've actually already finished this one. It's not like 1 and 2 where I kind of was going into it for the first time in this particular version of the game. Obviously a lot of things have been happening, and obviously I wasn't willing to wait. Perhaps I could have done 3, but I was playing it while I was editing 2, so yeah, I've actually finished this once already. So, but it has been a little bit, so I could still surprise myself. But yeah, Spyro 3, general consensus, we've got to go and get them eggies back. That's our main collectible for this. Of course, we've got our gems, of course, because dragons, what would they be without their money? They love their shiny stuff. And yeah, it pretty much plays a lot of the same. There's going to be some challenges ahead for certain. I can tell you for a fact, there is a lot of things which challenged me the first time I went through this, so... But they challenged me even in the original, so what can I say? It's fair enough. Anyway, first egg, Isabelle. I kind of like the textures on the eggs in the original. I don't know. It was just kind of like a scaly look to it almost. It was like some people might find it strange given that they're eggs. But I always liked that. It was a nice little detail, I think. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hi, Zoe. Talk to me.
Hi, Spyro. To look left or right, use the right stick. To quickly center the camera behind you, tap the center camera button. You can also look all around by pressing the action button.
You know, just in case you've never played this before. And you jumped into this before 1 or 2. It's possible. Anyway, we've got a little scene here before we can move on.
So, you're the one in charge of rescuing the eggs, huh? How sad. Look here, Dragon. If you know what's good for you, you'll turn around and crawl back into that hole you came through. Those eggs belong to us now, and I've hidden them in places you'll never find in 1,000 years. Besides, even if you could find any eggs, our expertly trained armies would hunt you down and take them back. Do I make myself clear? If I find you here again, I am going to be very angry, and you won't like me when I'm angry.
Take a chill pill. It's not that big of a deal. Oh yeah, that's Bianca. She's, well, she's like the assistant, I suppose, to the sorceress, the protege. Oh god, we have this jerk again, of course. Why wouldn't we?
Spyro! My, how funny to see you here. Why, I haven't seen you since we defeated Ripto in Avalar. Well, my business went into a slump after you left, so I came here and struck up a nice deal with the local sorceress. Lovely woman she is. Seems to be very fond of dragons, too. The sorceress has asked me to guard Sheila the kangaroo. I suppose if you had a bit more money, I'd be willing to let her escape. Then you could keep her for a pet or something.
Okay, so you need 300 gems to free Sheila. One of the big differences in this game is you now have additional playable characters. But obviously we have to free them first. We can't just play with them willy-nilly. So yeah, we need to do that. Can I make this jump from here? Yes, of course I can. It saves me having to reset Hunter, because what I normally do is I go up the top, Hunter does his explanation on how to glide and stuff, and then I end up like jumping over there instead of where he wants me to go, and then it ends up resetting him. By the time I get back up there, he's back and he's like, "Are you sure you need me to explain this again?" No, Hunter, I don't need you to explain this to me again. I know what I'm doing. I just went somewhere else. It's like I can do what I like, you know?
Yo, Spyro! I just found one of those portal thingamajigs that leads to a different world, but you'll have to glide to get across to it. Press the jump button, then press jump again while you're in the air to glide. Just follow me.
Yeah, sure. Easy peasy. But just in case you forgot.
I saw something shiny in that cave over there. Let's go check it out. You can get there by hovering. To hover, just press the action button at the end of your glide.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I suppose, like I said, a lot of this is just in case you played 3 first.
Oh, I almost forgot. I found this egg.
You didn't tell me this sooner? Oh my god, Hunter. You dinlo. Right, okay. So, this whole area has a little something new here. Well, not quite new, but it's handled slightly differently in this version. Let's talk to Zoe.
This is a Superfly power-up, Spyro. Whenever you walk through any power-up that looks like this one, it will allow you to fly for a while.
Basically, you don't have to worry about charging it up by killing enemies. Enemies now give you gems like they did in the first game, which is nice. I appreciate that. So pretty much they're charged right from the get-go. It's just a matter of figuring out what you need to use them for. So, yeah. They're not as common in this game either, I don't find. Like, I think there was one in nearly every level in 2. That's not the case here, I don't believe. Like, there's one in each hub world, I think. Maybe, I could be wrong on that. But, yeah. So this is pretty straightforward. We're flying up here to get another egg. Amy! Hi! So I have a set order of doing things in Spyro 3. In the first world, anyway. What I do is I will... There's enough gems. Hold on, let me pull up the guidebook. There is 400 gems in the hub world. That is more than enough to get us into the level with Sheila, which is always the first level I tackle, because that level, which is what a lot of people would tackle first, has a Sheila subsection in it. So I like to make sure I get Sheila first, because you can't do subsections with characters until you finish their level. So that's pretty much how I like to do things. Get Sheila, finish her level, and then I can take her into like other subsections throughout the game. Hey.
I'm late for a dinner party at the Tiki Lodge, and the portal to my home just stopped working. Maybe the portal will reactivate after a few more dragons hatch.
They're Aussie! It's a bit different from what I was what they were in the original game, because they were like, I don't know, kind of nasally in the way they speak and stuff. I don't know, I kind of always liked that. I always remembered them for that. They always went on and on about their Tiki Lodge, in my head anyway. Anyway, do you remember you could also do the head bash? Bam. Liam. I appreciate the fact that you don't have to unlock the moves this time around. You have them from the get-go. What is going to block you off is going to be a matter of other things, like, do you have your characters for, like, do you have your additional characters? Because this particular level here, not only do we need 10 eggs to get to it, so obviously we have to take progression into account for that. It also has a subsection with a character that we're not going to be getting for quite some time. It's not even in the first world. So yeah, it's not like it doesn't eradicate backtracking. It's handled differently, I guess.
Do you like the active camera mode? If not, I can set it back to the passive mode. Okay, I won't change it. Remember, you can change the camera mode yourself by using the options menu.
I don't like passive mode.
I see an egg at the bottom of this lake. I would go get it, but I don't want to get my fur all wet. Maybe you could get it. You can dive underwater by pressing the charge button when you're on the surface, and charge underwater by holding down charge as well.
Okay, well at least, like I said, they tell you how to do these moves. It's just that it's not... They're not blocked off from you. It's not like you have to wait and spend out the money to do it. You are still going to have to pay money bags for things. Like, that's just one of them things, but... Sparks? Okay, fine. Spyro, I've got a special task for Sparks. Meet me back here later, Zoe. We'll get into that later, because there's not something we can do until after we finish the first world. I like to collect lots of stuff here. Hey! Another world.
Here I was, about to go for a nice swim at Shell Beach, when my portal just up and disappears right in front of me. If you go find some more of those dragon eggs, I bet this portal would start working again.
I am not entirely sure how us finding the dragon eggs triggers it. Like, I don't think it's so much the matter of Spyro finding them. I think maybe it's because when Spyro finds them, the eggs hatch. And that maybe injects a bit of magic into the world. And that's what gets the portals going. That's what I think it is. Because it is, well, obviously, like, it is us finding the eggs, but it's, like, not just that, if you know what I mean. There's a reason for it, I guess. Sparks? Alright, you're pointing up there, which means I think we've cleared out down here. Apart from the egg. Bruce. Bat dragon. Okay, so let's head on up over here. Alright. Grab the rest of these gems. We've got more than enough now to free Sheila, but I'm going for 100%. This is how I play Spyro. I did it with all the others. Well, with both of the others. Well, technically, actually, with all the others, because you could always count that game. I'd rather, no. I'm definitely missing some gems here. Where are they? Oh, there's still some over here. Very sly game, very sly. I missed that one on my first time through as well, I believe. It's very cheekily hidden. Alright, I need to go round here. Ah, okay. Luckily, I am so glad I have sparks. I really am. How did I miss that? There we go, right. 100%. We have completely cleared out Sunrise Springs. So let's go and free ourselves a kangaroo, shall we? No.
I'm getting paid a fortune to keep Sheila the kangaroo locked up. Ha ha! This pesky animal must have been causing a lot of trouble for that poor sorceress. I suppose I could accidentally let the kangaroo escape, if you were to pay me, say, a small fee.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be getting your comeuppance at the end of the game.
Ah, Spyro, I love your sweet naivete. Your kind-hearted nature might be your downfall someday, but for the time being, it's making me rich.
Yeah, whatever.
I hope you appreciate this favor I'm doing in letting you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. I reckon you be one of them dragons then.
Yeah, name's Spyro.
Never thought I'd see one. You dragons used to rule this entire world, you know? Then all of a sudden you left. Poof!
Dragons used to live here?
Didn't you know? They say it was over 1,000 years ago, I think.
And they just left?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, after they left, all the magic in the world just sort of went with them. I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out of the wazoo. Flying ships, singing forests, wishing stones, you name it. But when the dragons left, it all just dried up.
Is that why some of the portals don't work?
Yeah, they're starting to fade out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
I imagine that must be quite frightening, because if the portal goes out and you're not in there, in that world, you're never getting home. That must be quite frightening. You've essentially been deported or displaced. But yeah, Sheila's out. First level. Oh, we'll be getting into Sheila soon enough. There's a few things I want to discuss.
Thanks again, Spyro. Now I have to find out what that nasty sorceress has done to my home while I was locked up.
Okay.
Hiya, Sheila. While you were gone, a bunch of Rhinox kicked us out of our houses. It's okay, though. Bobby, Pete, and I are working on a clever plan to take them back.
That's very nice. We now get to take control of Sheila. Sheila, well, she kind of hops around everywhere. She can jump, she can double jump. She has Sparks with her, so Sparks can obviously do all the work that he could with Spyro. If you hit the floor just right, she will do this really, really high jump. So, yeah, there's that. She attacks by kicking. It's nowhere near as good as Spyro's flying because it doesn't have anywhere near the reach, but it works. She can also do a ground pound. How do I do that? There we go. Right, she can also like do a stomp as well. But if you talk to the goats, they will tell you this.
Follow Bobby and Pete up there using your air hop. It's easy. Just press the jump button again at the top of your jump.
Easy peasy. Like I said, he's there to tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. Really? You say exactly the same? Oh, so you can make that with the air hop. Okay, I didn't think you could. I thought you needed the... Oh, whatever. So, these guys will not do anything. There's enemies around, so you need to take out any enemies that are hanging around. And he'll obviously hang out at the bottom.
You can get up really steep cliffs like this one with your double jump. Press the jump button, then press it again exactly when you hit the ground to do a double jump. Once you've mastered it, you can go anywhere you want.
I wouldn't have classed that as the double jump. But okay. Gotta hang around the bottom because sometimes the gems get very sneaky and hide like right on the edges. But okay, let's get into Sheila's redesign. Because I feel like I should bring it up. She looked nothing like this in the original. In fact, I'm gonna... In post-editing, I'm gonna stick a little picture up of what she looked like in the original game. Just looked like a regular kangaroo. I am not a fan of this redesign. For one thing, her waist is so tiny. I'm surprised she doesn't snap like a twig. And I don't really go much on the hair either, because, I mean, she's a kangaroo. What was wrong with her not having the hair thing in the original? I mean, she looked like a kangaroo with fur.
Ah, home at last. Here, I was saving this to make an omelette, but I think you deserve it more.
Yeah, Ruby, like I was saying, I like the jacket. The jacket's pretty neat. I just don't like how they made her waist so unbelievably thin. Like, look at that waist. How does she not snap? I just feel like they tried to, because I think like they took her and they just completely, because she was a female character, they just completely feminized her. Like, she was a kangaroo in the original. She just looked like a kangaroo, and you knew she was female. You didn't need eyelashes or any of the skinny waist or anything like that, or hair to see that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being nitpicky. I just don't like her redesign. I honestly think she looked better in the original. And you know, the waist is what gets me the most. How does she not snap? It's just how. Right, so again, these guys aren't going to do anything until all the enemies have been taken out. Including the moose, because apparently he knocked Billy clean through a wall. And that's enough reason for them to stay the heck out of Dodge. Fair enough. Fair enough. These are easy to miss, so get them while I can. Grab these. I think Sheila gets the most use as a side character. Oh! I never knew he did that! Your foot... Oh, his foot is touching it. Okay, fair enough. I'll take it back.
Hey, Sheila, let's play a joke. Take this egg and smash it on Billy's house, okay? I need to get him back for the last time he butted me off the cliff.
You guys are all so mean to each other. Who butts their friends off a cliff? Oh, Jenny's so adorable. Who butts their friends off a cliff? And, you know, you're advocating murder there, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, God, hello. Right, so here we've got a thing where the enemies are constantly going to be respawning. So they're not actually going to give you anything. Like, they're not going to give you any gems when you beat them. So what you need to do is try not to get hit. Get on top of their houses. And crash the houses, because they're just going to keep respawning out of them otherwise, and we do not want that. I've got to remember triangles. It's been a while. I've got to remember that triangle's what I need to press to make them go. Because my instinct is to press circle for some reason, and I do not know why. Because it's not going to do anything. Take out all the enemies as well. I don't know what was up with him there, but he was just kind of hanging on the edge, like, I don't know. I don't know. Kill you. I'm so glad that, you know, the enemies give you gems again. I mean, yes and no, actually, because obviously you now have to beat all the enemies in order to get 100% on a level. Whereas before, in 2, you didn't have to do that. You just needed to beat enough enemies to give yourself the leeway you needed to activate the portal. Sparks, are you just not feeling like working today? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm avoiding you because I know you will talk to me and I want to come up here first. Because if I can 100% this level before talking to you or the goat, then I'm gonna be happy. Stomp. Oh, okay. What was that? I don't know what that was for. I know I played it before. I didn't play it on this particular account though. I'm missing 5 gems? Is it always the way of it? Always the way of it. Okay, you're down there. Ah. Hidden by the trees. Sly. Right, okay. Let's get that last egg.
Thanks for the help, Sheila. Oh, you can have this egg I found in my house.
You're so normal! No talking about smashing it. Or butting people off a cliff, unless you were the... I can't remember which one of you was the one that butted the other one off the cliff. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
If you ever forget how to control a character or vehicle, just go to the pause menu and select controls.
Very useful to know. But what I love Sheila's just like when she goes through the portal, she just she looks so silly. I don't know why she freezes her arms up like that. I really don't. It just looks stupid, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.